Welcome everyone to the SHS Wellness Challenge. My name is John Wymore. I'm a registered dietitian with Samaritan, and I'm going to be walking us through today how to set up some health behaviors that are going to lead to overall improved wellness. Hopefully everyone has their slide set up, and you're going to be clicking through along with me today as we work on our first part of the Wellness Challenge. If you have any questions as we're going through the slides today and talking, feel free to write those down. And at the end of our talk, we'll have our health team here that's going to be able to answer questions over the phone. And then if you don't have a chance to get your question answered or you think of one later, feel free to email us at the SHS Wellness Coach, and we'll make sure to help you get those addressed and help you get started on this Wellness Challenge. All right, go ahead and click over to the next slide and we'll get started. Okay, so the first slide you see here, this picture of wellness. This is important to consider because your wellness is actually the sum of many factors. We oftentimes think of our health as just the physical health, so things like weight or blood pressure, where in reality our wellness is actually the sum of the physical aspects, but also social health and emotional health and spiritual health. And if one of these gets out of line or gets out of whack, then the rest of our wellness can suffer. So a real good example is that somebody might be physically fit on the outside, but if they're struggling socially or emotionally, maybe feeling isolated or having depression, anxiety, that can take its toll on your wellness. On the other side of that coin, somebody might be thriving socially or intellectually, they're really advanced, but physically they're not doing so well. And so that can also have a toll on your overall wellness. So over this next 6 weeks, we're going to work together to try to find a few healthful behaviors that we can work on in all of these categories that's going to help your overall wellness improve. So go ahead and click a couple times and you're going to see something pop up. And this is the Wellness Challenge, is that I want you to take some steps over the next 6 weeks to create a healthy and happy life. So go ahead and click to the next slide. All right, so how do we make healthful changes? This quote here by Zig Ziglar says, if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. And that's true with our health. So if our long-term goal then is we want to be healthy or we want to improve our wellness, if we don't take any small steps to get there, it's the equivalent of shooting an arrow into a field and then running out in the field and painting a target around the arrow that we shot. So what our goal actually should be is to have a target that we're aiming for, have some real specific goals set up that we know that if we accomplish those, that we can feel healthy and happy. So go ahead and click through a couple times. This is my solution. So you'll see it says solution there. Number one, we're going to actually set the specific goals to work towards. And then number two, we're going to create healthy habits that last a lifetime. So oftentimes, instead of focusing on something like weight, again, if you were to come to my office, what I would tell you is let's try to find some healthy habits that you can work on. And typically as a result of those healthy habits, then other things like your blood pressure and weight will take care of itself. So go ahead and click the next slide. And right here it says setting your goals. So as part of the SHS Wellness Challenge, your job is to create a few health goals. So give me a few more clicks there, and you'll see that it says we're going to be making SMART goals. SMART goals is actually something that was adapted from the business world over to the health world, and it's been a great tool for us. So you'll see that our goals over the next 6 weeks are going to focus on a few of those areas of wellness. So we have some for our physical and then also emotional health. So you're going to create 3 goals today using your handout, one for nutrition, one for physical activity or exercise, and then lastly, one for emotional health. And just to help clarify there, emotional health is going to be kind of anything stress management, social wellness, spiritual wellness, kind of any of those type of things, whatever you feel is most important to you that you want to focus on, we're going to have you choose one of those specifically. So go ahead and click to the next slide. That the acronym SMART is spelled out here, specific for S. So that's our first one. I want you to make a goal that is clearly stated. So this is kind of like the who, what, where, when, and why of your goal. So that'll help you have more clarity, which leads us to our next part, M for measurable. Can you track the outcomes of your goal? If you can't track the outcomes of your goal, you'll have no idea if you accomplished it or not. So as we go through the example on the next slide, we're gonna talk through some of these as well, so don't worry. The next is A, stands for attainable. Is this something you can accomplish? I want you to think about this physically, can you accomplish this? But also with your time, finances, your resources, is this something that you can do? The R is going to be for rewarding. Is this something that you would benefit from? So will this make you healthier? And will this make you happier? Is this something that you want to do? A lot of times people, as a trainer back in the day, I would have clients that would say, yeah, well, I'll start running if I really have to. And I would tell them, you don't have to run if you don't want to run. There's other forms of physical activity that are, great. You can ride your bike, you can dance, you can play ultimate frisbee. So with these SMART goals, I want you to think of ones that are rewarding, something that you would actually enjoy doing. And the last one here is the T, and that stands for timely. So give yourself a time frame to complete the goal. So our time frame is going to be just the duration of the SHS Wellness Challenge, which is going to be about 6 weeks. It is important to note that different goals have different time lengths. So again, if our long-term goal is going to be to maybe improve your wellness, this would be our short-term goal. So about 6 weeks is going to be great for us. You can click to your next slide. And here we're going to actually practice making SMART goals. So here we go. So if my goal is to walk more, this might be my physical activity goal. I want to walk more. Let's see, using the SMART goal acronym, if this fits the characteristics. So first up, go ahead and click through one more time, and it's going to pull up a chart for you. It says specific. Is our goal specific? The answer is no. It does not tell me how much, how often, or when. Measurable. Is this goal measurable? No. So I have no way of knowing if I'll accomplish this goal. And that's important. Again, this is kind of like that Zig Ziglar quote. If we don't actually have any type of metric to say, well, did I accomplish my goal? It's going to be hard to work through that. So what you're going to do is you're going to refine this goal and make it more specific and measurable. Is it attainable? Is it rewarding? We don't really know. Again, it's still pretty vague. And then timely, again, no. So go ahead and arrow over to the next slide, and we're going to look at what it looks like to make a more SMART goal. All right, so here's your goal. It says, I will walk 3 days each week at work for 15 minutes during my afternoon break. I can walk around the neighborhood or in the hallways, and I will continue this throughout the entire 6-week SHS challenge. So using our SMART tool, let's look and see if it meets the criteria. Is this goal specific, you guys? The answer is yes. So it answers the what, when, how much, etc. Is it measurable? Yes. So I gave myself a very specific time frame of 15 minutes, 3 days a week, 6 weeks. So I can measure all those things. I can use my watch. I can use a calendar. I can check off the days that I did it. Is this attainable? Yes. So I know that I can physically do this, and I have the time blocked out in my schedule. So yeah, it's something I can attain. Is it rewarding? For me, yeah, I do enjoy walking, and walking and physical activity has been shown to have obviously health improvements. So yeah, I feel refreshed after I walk. My head's clear, kind of get a chance to push away from the computer and just go clear my head. And I know I'm doing something that's going to make me happy and healthy. And so yeah, it's going to be rewarding for me. And the last one, the timely, yes, I know how often and how long I'll walk, and I've got a duration set for this goal of 6 weeks. So go ahead and key over to the next slide. Okay. So here you go. This is the handout that you also received in the email, and this is your handout for making your 3 wellness goals. So using the SMART goals model, your job is going to be today to create a total of 3 goals. One that's going to emphasize nutrition, one that's going to emphasize exercise or physical activity, and then lastly, one that's going to emphasize some aspect of social or emotional health. I want you guys today to actually come up with 3 goals. In addition to these 3 goals, we're also going to, number 1, identify your support system. So this is going to be people that can help you stay accountable. This might be a spouse or a friend. This could be a colleague in the office that's doing the challenge with you. Might be somebody that you go on a walk with. Just somebody that's going to help support you and carry you through this as well. So the next thing is also identifying some barriers to achieving your goals. So in that example of walking, one of my barriers to walking more might be that I forget about it. I forget to walk. And so I'm going to identify in my head what are some strategies I can overcome, or I can use to overcome that barrier. And lastly, on the very bottom there, you'll see it says the reason I am making this healthful change. And that's really important because I want you guys to think about why you're doing this. If your goal is something extrinsic, so you're doing this for someone else, a lot of times those type of goals will fade away and they don't stick usually as a long-term healthy habit. But if you can make something intrinsic, or you find personal merit, personal benefit to achieving this goal, it's going to be something that you really want to accomplish, and those are the type of goals that usually stay around long term. All right, go ahead and click over to the next slide. This is the last slide here, and this is my important reminders to you. So just 5 real quick. Number 1 is make your goals realistic. So let's say that you are currently inactive and you are running 0 days a week. If your goal at the end of 6 weeks is to run a marathon, that might not be super realistic. So it's okay to pick a smaller goal of something that you think you can accomplish. I'm not telling you to not set your sights high. I'm just saying be realistic. For me, if my goal was to slam dunk a basketball from the free throw line like Michael Jordan, well, I can't slam a basketball now. And so, that might be one that's going to take a longer period of time than 6 weeks, or, maybe physically I can't do that. So again, make your goals realistic, something that you can do. Number 2, limit the number of goals so that you don't become overwhelmed. This is great. I'm just going to have you guys do 3 goals, and that'll really keep you focused on just those 3 things that you're going to work on over the next 6 weeks. Number 3, remember that in addition to these goals, you can include other healthy activities. So kind of goes with number 2 there. I'm not telling you that you don't have to do anything else. In fact, over the next 6 weeks, we're going to do more of these conference calls. We are going to come out to the different sites. We've got all types of things planned for you. We're going to be sending you reminder emails with tips and tricks and things like that. And all of those are great. So whatever other things you can do to help improve your health, maybe you join a book club, or maybe you park further away from the parking structure where you work, or from the structure where you work. Whatever you want to do to keep pushing good health in your favor, that's up to you. You can keep doing all those things, but just remember again to really hone in on a couple specific goals this challenge. Number 4, remind yourself daily of your goals. Here's just a few that I thought of, but whatever else you guys want to include there. For me, if I'm able to see it more and be reminded of it, it's going to keep me on task. It's going to keep me zealous to achieve that goal. So some examples might be keeping it on your fridge, maybe take a picture of it and put it as your phone background. Maybe you keep it somewhere in your office, in your desk, or next to your computer. And so this will just kind of help you stay reminded. And then the last one, this is number 5. is to have fun. So we're all here. We're in this together. Your wellness coaches here. We're here to help you. Overall, your wellness, again, it's not just about your physical statistics. It's about all those aspects of wellness. So have fun. Pick some things that you really want to work on, and we're in this together. So we're here for you, and we're excited. We're ready to have some fun. All right, so that's going to conclude the slides. And now what I want you guys to do is don't forget, you're going to work on your 3 wellness goals: the nutrition, exercise, and emotional health. And those are going to be yours to work on here for the challenge. But now that we're done with the conversation part, we're going to leave the line open, and we're going to have a chance for people to ask their questions. Again, if you don't get a chance to ask your questions now, you can also email those to the wellness coach. So thank you everyone for coming. We're super excited, and we're glad that you're part of the challenge with us. So with that, have a great day.